more women are interested than men. In Africa, it's the burden of a woman to provide food for a family. So maybe that is not a challenge, but we would wish maybe also men were able to embrace this type of farming. My name is Kyaka II, and I'm the operations manager for Hydroponic Farms Uganda. We've been having training in Kyaka II Refugee Settlement, and it was targeting majorly smallholder farmers in the area of Bukerere. We've had a couple of people interested in the training, and our training was divided into 2 sessions. It was both physical, that is on the site, as you can see this greenhouse, and at the same time theory. So during the theory session, we interacted with the clients, with our trainees. We used different methods of delivering information, namely handouts, pictures, and presentations, among others. From the classroom, we came to the practical session, where now we are able to practice what we studied or what we looked at in the theory class. We've had an introduction to hydroponics and horticulture growing, looking at how we can manage sustainable farming and how we can use it to improve our livelihoods and at the same time sell the surplus to earn an extra income. Quite often we find that people are usually having shortage of food at home, and yet they can grow that food in the small space they have in their houses. That's what we are advocating for, and that's what we trained the people to do in this area. So we looked at the different systems of growing crops, both commercially and in traditional way, and at the same time in hydroponics, which is a climate smart kind of farming. We looked at choosing the right fertilizer, the soluble fertilizer, non-soluble fertilizer, and specifically what we need in this type of farming. The trainees were able to be given what we call grow media to practice this type of farming in their homes. They were given seeds and seedlings. Each trainee was able to create their own garden. In this case, we are having a scenario where we have different gardens that have been created by the farmers using passive method of growing in hydroponics. So they were able to mix the fertilizer, put the grow media, and then start monitoring their gardens. We've gone ahead to also establish a system that uses natural irrigation in normal soil with also mulching, comparing it to the other one which doesn't use soil at all. We have 2 systems established here in the greenhouse. We have one which uses a pump. So in the pump system we have water circulating through the channels, and the plants are just getting a thin layer of the nutrients that are in the channels. The other one doesn't have a pump. What does this mean? It means that the farmers can be able to fill in the nutrients on their own, manually. So we also looked at how they can sell the surplus later and how they can market their produce, among others. The challenges we faced here majorly are, one, the inputs. The farmers don't have access to the right inputs. So even when they get a good variety of maybe a seed, maybe cabbage or sukuma or carrots, they want it because most of the seeds they get are substandard and of low quality. 2, there was also a challenge of the turn-up. Very many people were interested in this, and a few could only be trained due to the challenge of maybe logistics or budget. We also had a challenge of, I think this is a general challenge, more women are interested than men. In Africa, it's the burden of a woman to provide food for a family. So maybe that is not a challenge, but we would wish maybe also men were able to embrace this type of farming. Lastly, we also had a challenge of the literacy levels. The people we are dealing with here are majorly people at the bottom part of the pyramid. There are people who are down, so some of them hardly write, some of them can hardly write their names. So we had to tailor the curriculum to their own level to make sure that they are able to perceive what we are growing or what we are training. So we have a garden setup, we are going to continue monitoring, we have chosen leaders in them. They now have the right skills and they can be able to practice what they have studied outside from here. Thank you so much. We would like to thank AYAN for the initiative. We'd like to thank the team that was on the ground with us. We are going to be able to award certificates to those who have attended all the sessions and also the practical work. Thank you so much.